Hello and welcome back to Gal Pal Nails. I am going to do a video on how to prep your nails for dip powder removal and how to get off a coffee filter tip. So I am going to grab my sanding band. I did get some new ones in. This is a coarser grit sanding band. I'm going to use that on all of my nails to get my gel top coat off. If you do use a gel top coat, you have to get the shine off before you are going to remove that. Whether you soak off or use the cotton ball method, you got to get that shine off. Gel is meant to not be able to be penetrated by acetone. So if you try to soak without buffing it off, which I've done, I learned the hard way, you will be soaking for at least 30 minutes. It takes a lot of effort for the acetone to penetrate that. So I will buff my nails off. Again, you want to stay only on the part of your nail that has the dip powder on it already. Any of the growth by your cuticle, you're going to want to avoid that. Don't use a rough sanding band on any of that. So I'm right-handed. When I do my left hand, I flip my my drill up, and when I do my right hand drill off, I flip it down. I don't know if everybody's is the same, but that's how mine is. And when I do other people's nails, I only flip it up because I only use my right hand. So I will continue to get all the shine off of that. I don't use the lowest speed on the drill. I'm probably about, maybe a quarter of the way up. I've never gone all the way up on the speed. It's just too fast. It will definitely burn your nail. You will feel the heat and the friction, and I definitely don't recommend that. That nail, I skipped my pointer and I went to that one because, as you see there, I do have a coffee filter tip on there. So as my drill is flipped forward, I can do that side of my nail, and I am just drilling down all of the acrylic and all of the coffee filter. I can't do the other side because if I try to go the opposite way with my drill, it'll start to just bump and shake against my coffee filter tip, and it won't actually file anything down. So I actually had to flip, go in reverse, and then I could do the opposite side. So this is an important step just to do for soaking off. If you don't do it, your soak off time is going to be a lot longer. So I'm going to flip back up, and then I will do the rest of the top of my nail there. And because of the coffee filter, it is definitely thicker than the rest of my natural nails. When I flip it to the side, you can see the extra coats of the clear dip and things like that, and the color dip and the glitter on top. So it is definitely thicker. So it benefits you to file down as much bulk as you possibly can from all of your nails without ever hitting the natural nail. So I'm going to turn it that way just so you guys can see kind of the thickness even from that side. And I'm filing down the sides, some of the bulk there. And I will continue this process on all of my nails. Okay, and then for the soak off process, I have a bowl of pretty hot water. I put it in the microwave, then I mix it with a little bit of cooler water, but you want it as warm as you can tolerate. I have my coconut oil in a bag already. I've used that bag before, so you'll see it's got a little bit of residue on there. And then I have my pure acetone, and I will use, I would say, maybe a quarter cup of acetone, and you want to mix that with your coconut oil. Acetone is so incredibly drying. It's so drying that if I don't use coconut oil and I try to unlock my phone with my fingerprint after I've done my nails, my phone doesn't recognize my finger because it's so dry, so I have to enter like my manual PIN. So use the coconut oil. It'll definitely help put some hydration back in your hands. I use a little scrubby pad, dollar store, Dollar General, whatever you can find. I just cut a little bit of a square in there and I throw that in there. So you want to soak your nails for about 5 minutes, let the acetone penetrate, and then once you have soaked them for a little bit, you can start the scrubbing process. I find that if you start scrubbing right away, it doesn't really allow the acetone to soak in. So you want to do that, definitely a combination of soaking and scrubbing. So then I took my nails out of the acetone just for a little bit, and this is my coffee filter that I had on my middle finger. So it looks like I soaked for long enough to get the glue to loosen up and for the coffee filter to actually soften. So I just take my glass cuticle pusher and I work the coffee filter off of my nail. So I do that on that hand, and I do have a coffee filter on another finger. I do soak both my hands at the same time. I don't do them separately. I feel like having them in there together, I can, if I'm not using the scrubby pad to scrub, I can also use, my other fingers to scrub the nails and just kind of, hurry that process up a little bit of getting all that dip powder off. So I will give that one final little scrub, and I'm really pushing lightly. That is a glass cuticle pusher, so you don't want to push into your natural nail too hard. You could probably, definitely take off some of your nail for sure. So that is my other hand, and I'm going to try to get that going. And this one, it wasn't quite ready. I'm still, struggling to get that glue to separate, and I can see that it's separating a little bit from my nail, but I really don't want to force anything, and ruin my natural nail under there. I'm trying to get it to grow, and I really don't want to lose any strength or length, by forcing anything. So that one definitely needs to go back into your acetone and soak for a little bit longer, which is exactly what I did. And after about 18 minutes, these are my nails right out of the acetone. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.